Los Angeles, this is E! News, a week in review. Coming up, it's a fine how do you do as Martin comes up short in the new TV season. He's off the schedule.
If NBC had said, listen, we want you to do a sitcom, I would have said, well, maybe you're right.
Then the mouse roared, but protesters roared loud. The axe fell early on 3 new TV shows this week. Just 10 days into the fall season, NBC announced it will shelve The Martin Short Show. Even before his show began airing, the comic was not predicting primetime success.
When I first, I wanted to do television again, I wanted to do a series, and I must admit, even my agents assumed I was talking about HBO. Yeah. Or late night, because that's all I'd ever done.
NBC executives said The Martin Short Show will be revamped and given another chance in December. Fox TV's Fortune Hunter is another victim of low ratings. It's one of 2 quick casualties in the network's Sunday night schedule. Fox also dropped its Sunday night sitcom, Wild Oats. It was a big week in the Simpson saga. The trial officially began, new laws were passed, and more money was made. Greg Agnew is in our newsroom with the latest. Greg?
That's right, Bianca. The trial season kicked off Monday with the start of jury selection and the inauguration of Camp OJ.
Hi, Bobby. How are you?
The daily ritual of Simpson's attorneys arriving and the trial proceedings may be the focus of television coverage.
It's going to go the way that you planned it?
Absolutely.
Johnny, have you had enough time to prepare? Come in. Working together?
But behind the scenes, everything centers around Camp OJ, the newly established media center for trial reporters.
Once again, jury selection does continue inside the courtroom.
This is mind-blowing. It's the biggest thing I've ever seen.
Everybody likes to curious what's going on and about the prosecution side and the defense side.
The area is dominated by a series of towers, each one representing a TV news service or network.
Judge Lancito now begins the O.J. Simpson trial with the hardship phase of jury selection.
This is like the Battle of Towers here.
Well, yeah, it is. The real battle of towers is if they start coming down, they'll be bumping into each other. But no, actually, this is like having a high-rise condo. You know your neighbors.
The circus atmosphere at the courthouse is not amusing politicians. On the same day as the start of trial, California's governor signed a series of bills that now make it illegal for jurors or witnesses to sell their stories to the media.
The grand jury witness.
The legislation was inspired by 2 early incidents in the Simpson case. A witness sold her version of events to TV's hard copy, while another took money from the National Enquirer magazine.
Have you been paid by the National Enquirer yet, Mr. Camacho?
No, not yet.
Now witnesses are barred from making money for 1 year after final judgment. Violators face 6 months in jail and fines totaling 3 times whatever they were paid for their story. Laws can't stop the souvenir sellers from cashing in. This guy sold 1,700 $1 buttons in 3 days. The limo company that drove OJ the night of the murders is asking $20,000 for the car. Playboy magazine is releasing an O.J. Simpson exercise videotape that was shot just 2 weeks before he was accused of the killings.
If you're sitting behind a guy and you see his head doing that, you can bet he's doing the buttock squeeze.
Don't line up at the video store yet. The $14.95 tape with the long name, O.J. Simpson, Minimum Maintenance Fitness for Men, will not be available until October 17th.
All right.
That is a mouthful. Thanks. One of TV's quintessential moms, Harriet Nelson, has spent the last few weeks in a hospital near Los Angeles for congestive heart failure. Nelson from the 1950s television show Ozzie and Harriet is in stable condition in Laguna Beach, California. Her son David, who was also on the show, says her heart is fine now. The 85-year-old actress has suffered recently from emphysema. Carol Brunette donated her most famous comic costume to Planet Hollywood in New York. The green dress with the curtain rod shoulders was designed by Bob Mackey for a sketch in Brunette's old variety show. A memorable parody of Gone with the Wind cast Brunette as a fashion-frantic Southern belle.
I got me a dress to make. Yes. Thank you. I saw it in the window and I just couldn't resist it.
It's lovely. After donating the dress, she set her hands in cement. Brunette's next special called Men, Movies, and Carol will air this fall on CBS. Still to come on E! News Week in Review, Jane Wan Bobbitt's cutting-edge new video. And why Scotland Yard wants Princess Diana to get a bodyguard.
Also, 25 years of dead parrots and singing lumberjacks when we come back.
Arnold Schwarzenegger's summer movie True Lies is being banned in Indonesia. Muslim leaders asked the government to pull the film from theaters, saying it insults Islam. Indonesian censors have agreed. The Muslim group opposes the depiction of Arabs as terrorists in the film.
Do you know what this is? It's a snow cone maker.
True Lies has been playing for 2 weeks to sell out crowds in Indonesia, where Muslims make up 90% of the population. After staying out of the sight for a month, Princess Diana was mobbed by hundreds of fans in London last Monday. And the mob scene had Scotland Yard officials worried because the princess refuses to travel with bodyguards. The officials are hoping the incident will help change her mind. This was Diana's first public appearance since denying tabloid reports of making more than 300 crank phone calls to a London art dealer. On October 5th, 1969, a baby named Monty was born in England. It was raised on a diet of Spam, dead parrots, and singing lumberjacks. The baby, of course, is the Monty Python comedy troupe. And as Greg Agnew shows us, the group is celebrating its 25th birthday in grand style.
I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay. I'll sleep all night and I work all.
Monty Python's Flying Circus was a group of 5 Englishmen and 1 American who took the comedy world to new heights with their often intellectual, sometimes absurd, zaniness.
All those people who don't want to stay here and shoot themselves, raise their arms.